The following presentation is brought to you by the Pride of ODU, the official NIL collective of Old Dominion Athletics. Be a monarchist. Join the Pride.
Good to go? Yes. Awesome. So tonight was National Girls Women in Sports Day, and it was so awesome to see the arena filled with amazing young and older women and even amazing men coming out and to support us and to support a cause. It's always a great thing when you can inspire the future to be involved in sports because it's so impactful in so many amazing ways. And I love the fact that even though we lost and we didn't play the way that we wanted to, they still saw amazing things happening on the court that women like themselves are doing. So they had tangible examples of who they could be later on in life. And I'm just happy about that. I'm happy about the level of attendance that we had, but definitely sour about the loss. Now, the game itself, I feel like we lost the game at the 3-point line and within our turnovers. They converted a lot of points off of that. The fouls ended up being even. No, it seems like the fouls ended up being even. And but they converted a lot off of our turnovers. We didn't share the ball. It didn't move. We had 8 assists. They had 20. And I believe we gave up 15 points from the 3-point line in the first half alone. So they ended up making 3 in the second half. Had that been the flip, the reverse in the first half, it would be a different ball game. We would be down 10 to 12 points going into halftime if we had taken away the 3-point line like we had designed everything to do. You can't allow a team that is as good as James Madison to have their way beyond the arc, mid-range, and around the basket. And for some reason, we just can't guard without fouling. And then you give them free opportunities with no time going off the clock to shoot free throws. So these things we have to figure out. We are still in our metamorphosis phase as a team. Yes, we had a stride of success, but now we're hitting that bump in that road to where people have made adjustments or we're playing new teams for the first time and we're trying to figure some things out. So all is not lost. We're still very optimistic about everything in front of us, and we're going to allow the losses to reveal what it needs to reveal. But then we're going to take them and we're going to use it as a constructive device that will allow us to gain experience so that we can come out better the next time we suit up or the next time we have practice. But it was great to see some major contributions. Amaya Fielder coming in the game, doing what she does best. We played Sarah Fitzgerald-Hammock. She came in and played 24 minutes and played big minutes for us. She may not have scored a lot of points. I believe she had 4 points on the night, but she had 6 rebounds. But the things that you didn't see, the intangibles, were her physicality in the paint, using her size around the rim and rebounding the ball and getting those, just mucking some things up for their post play on the inside. Hamaya just coming in and stretching the floor, stretching the defense, getting good looks, just adding an element of toughness and fearlessness to what we were trying to portray out there on the floor. I have to commend those two. And then Jaden Atchison, she came into the game and she played about 7 minutes. And she gave us some good minutes herself as well. Actually, no, yeah, she played 7 minutes and she gave us some good minutes as well. Everything doesn't always show in points. And we were able to go on a good run when we made some substitutions. And that's always a positive thing for a coach to see at this point in the season. Now we can go deeper in our post rotation. Now we can add certain elements with Hamaya, where it's just not with the starters, but with other people on the floor, to where we can still get some great things for us.
You talked about making adjustments and learning things as the season goes. One of the items that really sticks out to me on the sheet is points in the paint. It was 46-18. It was a big one tonight. You mentioned Sarah getting some time and showing some good things there. What does the squad need to do to be able to even that up a little bit more as you get closer to the postseason tournament?
Yeah, so it's twofold. The points in the paint that they got, some were by design because we wanted to run them off the 3-point line. But then for us, I felt like we were settling for too many jump shots as opposed to attacking the rim. Mariah Clayton, I can't speak enough good things about her as a true freshman coming in. When we subbed her into the game, she was the first person to really just attack the basket. And she got there and she scored. And this is the second or third game that she's done that, to where she's shown us the way. Like, you guys, this is the way to go. If you attack the rim, something good is going to happen. You're either going to get the layup or maybe you'll get the foul. But once again, we would settle for threes and settle for jumpers. We took 23 threes. Yes, we're a good 3-point shooting team, but I think probably 8 of those could have been other opportunities to attack. So when we settle like that, then the points in the paint won't be what it should be. A lot of their points came from either straight line drives or they're driving to dunk to bigs. We can explore those same options, but if we're pulling threes or we're pulling up for the mid-range shot, we aren't getting deep enough to even make the last line of defense for them make an adjustment.
You spent more than usual amount of time with your team.
Mm-hmm.
What was your message to them? If you can, you don't have to tell us everything you
Yeah.
said, but what was the gist of your message?
You want to tell them? Okay, awesome. So I told them that the season is far from over and no one should have a mentality of packing it up or going rogue. And I really asked them a hard-hitting question, like, who are you playing for? And it can't be my mom, my grandma, my cousin, or my dad. No, the first person you should play for is your coach and your coaches. And before you even put yourself, put this program next. The coaches, then the program, then you meaning your teammates, each other, then yourself. And I want to take us back to those basics, because sometimes we can kind of get we can skew things a little bit, where one person may think it's okay for me to think and feel this way when you have 13 others that might be on one accord. But all it takes is a couple to have that type of skewed mentality or emotions attached to the work that's being put in, for things to kind of go haywire. So what we're doing is we're in a hard reset type phase. As a coach, I'm going to really dig deep and dissect a lot of things and see, do I need to change our pick and roll coverage? Do I need to look at zone more often? Do I need to look at some trapping defense? I don't know, but I'm willing to go there so that I can get us prepped and ready for conference tournament time, regardless of our seeding, to be able to win games and give ourselves a chance at winning a championship.
What made Ashanti so tough to stop, especially in the second half? It seemed like she really got on a roll there.
Yeah, she did. And, Ashanti is a right-hand dominant player. She's playing with a spunk. You can tell that she's matured a lot. Her time spent here, we did a lot of development with her as a freshman. But some circumstances happened to where we had to send her to JUCO route. And, when that happens, you get entertained by many others. And James Madison was the lucky team to get a talented player like that. But in the second half, she showed everything that she could be, attacking the rim with aggressive tenacity and being able to finish through contact and with contact. And she really hurt us tonight, from the 3-point line, the mid-range game, driving, and even posting up.
Coach, you had a game plan coming in from what you saw on film. Did
Yes.
they do anything differently, or was it just they just
No,
played?
they are who they are. And when you're playing a team like that, they're systematic, but then they also understand who they are personnel wise on the court. They know how to play off of each other and play within the system that the coach has called, or plays that are called. Our job was to be solid, build walls within certain situations. And now once a player has the ball, we got to know our personnel. Are they in the ball screen? Are they in the one-on-one coverage? Are they doing ghost screen action? And we have our action set for that. But all it takes is one person to not be what they're supposed to do, doing what they're supposed to do, because we guard as a unit. Now, if you're sagging off and it's Peyton McDaniels, she's a 3-point shooter. She may not be shooting at a high rate of efficiency in the half court. She was 43% in transition. Then it dropped to 30% in the half court. It's still respectable. So you have to be up on a player like that and make her become a ball handler or a facilitator. So when we aren't locked in, we allow players to be at their best when we're supposed to be taking one element of their game away and we dictate what comes next for them.
From a player's perspective, you guys obviously have had some heartbreakers here, and then tonight this is a tough one to swallow. How do you guys stay locked in when there's been a lot of adversity that's piled up here in the last 5 games?
I think that we have our little meetings and we talk about everything that should be talked about how we're playing on the court, and we talked about coming together and staying together through these adversities. Every team's gonna hit adversity at some point in time, and it just happens to be us right now. So being together and having love for this program is really big for us. So I think as we keep going on and talking about staying together through these adversities, we're gonna be able to break through this wall. It's coming. It's coming. Trust me, it's coming.
Mhm.
So I think we're very grateful for this opportunity because it's just helping us for when we get to the tournament. So.
Maya, 12 minutes today, but they were all super impactful. What can you take from this game for the rest of the season of your contributions for this team?
Well, coach has always told me whether I play in the game or not, I have a huge impact on this team being a leader, always cheering for everybody, you know, just being me. And I feel like anytime my number's called, I'm ready to go because that's just my opportunity to show that I'm here to play, and whether we're up, we're down. And like I always say, I've always been grateful for this opportunity. So anytime my number's called, you know, that just hits a light bulb in my head, like, hey, be locked in, like this your game. Every game I say that to myself, whether my name's called, my name, my number, whatever, like I'm just always ready. So I'm grateful.
Well, you were ready. Good job.
Thank you.
Coach, today was a game that was in celebration of women in sports. What did it mean to step on the court and watch your team perform, and then to also see this arena packed full of so many amazing young ladies that are hoping to walk in the shoes of being an athlete and, you know, girls in sports?
I thought it was amazing. And as I really sit back and think about it, if I'm being honest, when I walked out and I knew what today meant, what we were honoring today, I looked at the arena and I said, man, number one, the people came out and they came out to support an amazing cause. Then it had me think back to high school, like, wow, these are the moments that define things for you in terms of who you will become next on your journey. And I thought it was very powerful for those young girls and young women to see athletes on the floor, coaches on the sideline, assistant coaches that are female, head coaches that are female, and then amazing, beautifully talented, smart players on the court giving it their all. What an amazing example of who they could become in so many facets. Then they see individuals like yourself. Then they can see individuals like the young women in here or those surrounding the game. They can be any of that and have an impact on the sport and continuing to grow it in an amazing way. So that it makes me feel good. It makes me feel honored and proud to know that I represent something bigger than me and I can impact people that aren't in my direct circle. But then just coming to a game to see, that's pretty special.
Yes, it is special.
Coach, a road game at Troy coming up on deck next week for the midweek, but then you get a little bit of a break from conference play. A week from today, you'll host Toledo.
Yeah.
You just talked about next week.
Yeah, so next week is going to be a dogfight. Troy is playing well. I believe they're third in our conference right now, and they're fighting for that second place spot and probably hoping that someone can help them out by beating James Madison and or Arkansas State. We have to make sure that we are ready for that test. They're going to play physical and fast, and we know their style of play. They want to score in the first 7 seconds of a possession. They're going to rebound the crap out of the ball. So we have to be in a position to ready ourselves to box out, win that battle of the boards, control the tempo of the game, and really be methodical in our attack.
Anything else for Coach or for mine?
Thank you, Coach.
Listen, thank you guys. Appreciate y'all every single game.